got to welcome in our friend Carmen Kiew, who joins us for this edition of Kiews Views, and she joins us via WebEx by Cisco. Great to see you as always, Carmen. I know last weekend you're a friend of the Pence family, correct?
Yes, I am blessed in that sense, yes.
So last weekend, a big weekend, I'm sure, for you as you celebrated with them, with Hunter Pence joining 54 other members on the Giants Wall of Fame. So I want to go back to last Saturday and go through some of your highlights from his ceremony.
I mean, who doesn't love Hunter Pence, especially when he bursts out from a cloud of smoke and rides his scooter around, right? Like, what an entrance. Basically, he's Batman. And it was just great to see him get fully honored, because I just feel like, he hasn't really had like his big moment after he retired. So I love seeing it. I love seeing his bromances with basically everybody on the field. And I also like that he gave a nod to Lexi, his wonderful, loving wife, because obviously she's a big part of this as well. Really, really fun to celebrate with them. I mean, it ended with an epic after party at the Gotham Club, where I bowled so hard that my Apple Watch thought I did 45 minutes of cardio. So if that gives you any indication, it was a good time.
That's amazing. I don't have the tracking on that stuff. I don't have an Apple Watch.
You don't?
No.
Oh, well, you maybe should get one then.
Maybe I
should check it out. It's kind of cool.
I
mean, he was the only guy. Okay, and I'm not jealous at all, but he was the only guy that had his ceremony on the field of the guys.
The wall?
For the wall. Yeah, it was the first one.
That are alive that have been able to like take part in that ceremony. They had mine underground, actually. Nobody knew about it. But they actually they had his on the field, which is, and that just goes to show you how much not just the organization and the fans love him. I mean, but everybody loved Hunter Pence.
Well, I just love, he still brings the energy to the ballpark. It reminded me of when Will Clark, earlier this season when the Giants were able to celebrate Will Clark. He just has such a passion for the game, and it didn't dissipate when he retired. He still brings that passion every single day, Carmen.
Carmen, what'd you love about Hunter?
Really
what was your favorite thing about Hunter Pence?
Oh, I have 3 actually. If you'd like to hear.
Wow.
Yeah, please.
All
right.
What are they?
Well, let me give you the 3 things I love about Hunter Pence in no particular order. And also there's more than 3, but obviously I have a limited amount of time. But the number one thing I think of when I think of Hunter Pence is all his speeches, right? He really has this way of getting you absolutely fired up, no matter what he's talking about. I mean, I've gamed with him and played Diablo, and it makes me so much more lit to kill monsters and demons when he's like talking to me enthusiastically, and I'm like, yeah, I can do this. But from his yes, yes, yes speech to the sunflower seeds in 2012, his locker room speeches, I mean, this man knows how to give a speech. I need to see this guy give a TED Talk or something, because I just think it's incredible.
Carmen, how do you think he goes to sleep at night? I think that's
how does it turn off?
I've wondered that. Like, how do you
turn it off?
How does he turn it off?
Chamomile tea?
I mean, he's talking about drinking a pot of coffee, like 6 espressos, a pour over, whatever way you can drink coffee, he does all day long. I mean, how do you fall asleep after that?
I don't know.
You know what's funny is that he will just expire in front of your eyes. Like, he'll be going, like having a great time. All of a sudden you see the life drain from his eyes and he's done with like everything that's happening, and he just has to go to bed within 10 minutes. It's just like, it happens instantly,
Yeah, it's like my phone, right?
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden you have juice and then it's gone, it's dead, there's no warning.
A caffeine crash.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
Yes.
What's number 2, Carm?
I don't think he gets enough recognition for this, but I think he's like a heart and hustle defensive player, right? Some of the most memorable moments when I think about Hunter Pence is him obviously just playing his heart out on the field. So Pence on the Fence is obviously one of the most memorable, but there's so many plays of him just crashing into the fence, making sliding catches, kicking up kind of the grass, and then, just making a ruckus out there. But he always does it looking kind of crazy. So I think that's why he doesn't get like the accolades he deserves. It's not a pretty way to do it, but he gets it done, and it's fun. So I got to give it to him on the defense there.
But he'll tell you that too. He said it. He's very unique, I think is how he worded it, maybe.
Yeah, and I think that's another reation why the fans loved him so much is because like they looked at him play, they looked at his swing, how he threw, how he ran, and they're like, I could do that better. Or at least I can look better than
they thought so.
Right, no, everybody thinks that they can look better. Like, I'm sure that there's a lot of people sit at home and swing in front of the mirror and like, my swing looks way better than Hunter Pence's.
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah, but then he goes out there and he does really well. I mean, no, I'm telling you, people can relate to people like that.
No,
it's the same
so
reason
true.
like they loved Tim Lincecum, because you have this guy who's 5'0", and 120 pounds, throwing 100 miles an hour with long hair and just kind of like
skinny
and doing his thing and going out there and
pants,
just dominating. And people are like, I could do that, right? Anyway.
No, I'm totally with you. I think he's very relatable.
He can do it. I can do it.
And he also scooters home after he signs, a multi-year contract with the Giants.
He told Larry Bear, I don't need a ride.
Yeah.
I'm taking my scooter home.
That's what makes him special.
Man of the people.
And what's number 3?
Well, before I say that, I just want to say that I think Shawn Jelly is going to be our next resident weirdo. So mark it and then bring it back when he gets honored in 10 years or something.
Lurch.
But number 3 for me is just the good guy Hunter Pence, right? Like, he is just such a nice person. He's pretty much the only person that you could make like millions of signs making fun of him, and he'd be like, yeah, that's awesome. So I remember, he even wore the ashes of a Dodgers fan after the Dodgers denied the request to spread the ashes on the field. He wore it on a necklace on the field during a Dodgers game to help this rival, quote unquote, fan out. Not only that, he plants trees. He's trying to improve, San Francisco, the Bay Area. He has a mini version of him, which, I don't know if a lot of people know, but that kid had some, health problems, and Hunter would visit him on the low to go say hi to him, play catch with him in his hospital room. He's just such a nice person. And, before I knew him, I was like, he can't possibly be that nice. Like, this is an act. He actually is that nice, and it's infuriating sometimes, but what a good guy.
I want to add a fourth. There's very few players that retire and go into broadcasting that fast and are that good. The ceiling and the career that Hunter has ahead of him in this business, I think, is like really good.
The foreshadowing on that was no doubt. I mean, you could put a mic in his hand. He could broadcast while he was still playing.
I mean, that's really what it takes. And I mean, obviously he has the energy and he has the knowledge of the game, but it also takes someone that's comfortable in front of a camera and, not afraid to mess up, right? He's not afraid to be goofy. He's not afraid to be himself. I mean, that's really what it takes.
Yeah.
I think some people get into this business, they think they have to be like robotic and perfect. And he's
overthink it or.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm just going to be myself, and people already like me for who I am, so I'm not going to try to be someone I'm not.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really does carry over, and you're right. I think the sky's the limit for him.
Absolutely.
As far as that career goes.
Yeah, and one thing about Hunter Pence, he's so likable, and you could see with his entrance, as you mentioned when we first started talking, like coming out on his scooter, he's just always remained true to who he is, and he embraced San Francisco. When you think about the Giants and the city, like you think of Hunter Pence, you probably run into him on the street around.
Let me ask you something. Who did it better? Brandon Belt opening day on the boat, or Hunter on the scooter?
Well, you're asking Carmen. I know her answer. So
no, you can't. No. I gotta go. I'm a good friend all the way. It's Hunter.
It's Hunter.
Of course.
Wow.
Okay.
So Hunter Pence surpasses Brandon Belt. We got the final answer here from Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm ride or die.
Enough of the love fest about Hunter. Give us some dirt.
That's what we really want.
What does he do wrong?
I wish I had it. The worst thing I can think about him is that the only time he's not super nice is when he's playing against you in like Mario Party. He's just stolen coins and everything from me when I had nothing left, and he doesn't care. He'll do it just so he wins. So
He kicks you when you're down.
Yeah,
that's a competitor.
Any Mario Kart stories? Does he, throw a shell at you when you're about to win or something?
I will say that no matter what he does, he's good at it, which is like also really annoying because I thought I was really good at foosball, and I was like, I'm gonna take you on. I didn't score once. His eye-hand coordination is ridiculous.
Carmen, this was fun to have a little reminiscing about Hunter Pence's big Wall of Fame ceremony and weekend at Oracle Park. Thanks for joining us. And speaking of Hunter Pence, let's get you back out to Coors Field for a wrap of tonight's game. We'll get you out with Dave Fleming and Hunter Pence right now.